All right, hey there, Sam here with you. It's what was it, Monday, the 25th of February. We're kind of early afternoon, and of course, we poll our members. And by request here, I've got STRAT to Bitcoin. I've got a 12-hour up here. Now, let me open this up here. So, a couple things. One, I'm here a bit reluctantly because of this wick that we have here on Binance. But the reason I'm here, if we come over to this coin checkup, is site I use to check the 24-hour volume, so I can see hit BTC is number one, but to Binance number two. They're both over 400,000. Bittrex, where I don't have that ugly wick, is just a fraction at 72,000. So I'm going to stick over here on Binance. Now, of course, like all of the alts, this is just horrific, just a horrific sell-off. They're just as ugly as they can be. But we have had a little spark here. So you can see all I've done here is just draw off the support zone here. Excuse me, just trying to get some sense of excluding this wick. So I'm going to ignore that wick in terms of trying to put a count together. It just distorts everything. But I've got. I guess you can make a case here that we have a support zone. Here's, we gotta pay attention to it. Here's, I won't be right on it, but that's approximately zero down here. Pretty damn close here to this spike. So again, is it a bad tick? Did somebody just do something crazy there? See, if somebody bought it there, well, they got a hell of a buy. But just looking here, again, does the count even matter at this point? Can we finish down here? Well, where should we, double bottom down here? Or, we could work with this. We could work with this as the low right here. Again, just using the lowest low with the exception of that pump wick. So let's take this off. So 1, 2, 3. So let me get over to a 4-hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that. With the exception of this, whatever happened here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got no problem with that. Looks pretty solid. Just, we didn't get the algo target, but you got the 4 right where you'd anticipate it, right here, 38. A little shy of the algo target. So coming back now, this is what makes this problematic. So what are you going to use for your pull coming back? Let's get this right on it. So if that's correctly identified as an impulse, and we've got a 1, 2, 3. Well, if I'm just going to use the lowest low here, well, we're holding between the golden zone and the 786, not terribly uncommon for a wave 2 in a bear market. If this is it's always a push to try and get to new lows. Well, if I'm going to look at this as potentially an ABC, if I just grab the length of my A, perfectly technical here, right to the 50, right where you'd expect it, right? So straight algo play. So if we come down here, well, this is a bit of a judgment call. So if you're using this as the swing here, well, here's your 786. If we're going to make the algo target, here's zero. Oh, you can't even see it because I'm right on. No, pardon me. No, we're good. We're plenty far from zero. So I think I left zero. Yeah, here's zero down here. We got enough room there. So if that's an ABC, if it's going to come this deep, well, likely you'd be at the 887. So this is deeper than you'd want to see it go. And you can see we're kind of establishing a basing range down here. A little oversold here. There's kind of sideways. There's nothing particularly to be overly excited about. We didn't get the big pump here we did with Bitcoin over the weekend. So even just trying to zoom in on this it's so. Oh, here, this is kind of screwing us up a little bit. Let me take that off so we can get a better look at this. So all of this spiky action here is not particularly friendly to shorter term swing trading. This kind of choppiness with these extended wicks, likely that's stop running, market manipulation. It's just not the right environment. We don't have. So what would you? The only thing really to buy off of here is that it's so low. Well, if you liked it at all at any point in its history, buying down here at this level, it's more of a long-term investment trade than it is here's a technical trade. I'm going to try and get 3, 4, 5 to 1 or greater. Could this be a base, a low here is of accumulation? Yeah, sure it could. But is there a technical trade here? Oh, boy, it's a bit of a stretch to get one here. So, even, really, this was for, it's just there. I wouldn't go near this, to tell you the truth. Unless I was already in it and was just holding long term. What's the reason to be a buyer here? Other than it's awfully low relative to where it's been. That's about the best case I could make there. If we hold the 786, I still wouldn't necessarily be buying it for anything other than, if it's going to survive, I mean, are you ever going to see these prices this low again? In a relative context as to where it's going to be a year from now, 5 years from now? I mean, that's about the only case I can make for it here. So maybe, yeah, okay, impulse, three-wave correction. If that holds, maybe you can make that case. I don't know why you need to hurry here. So if you put it back into this context here as to where we've been, now let's get rid of that, and where we've been. Well, you're in. So it's the only thing left to you down here is all of this wick craziness down here where the market doesn't stay there. So maybe you could talk yourself into that idea. I mean, it's so cheap, is the risk high from here to zero? Pretty low risk. But I can't say that we have the ingredients for something bullish here. There's no reason to be here yet. Why are you here? Right? Love the project? Okay, great. Well, let's get something started that's bullish. Let's get a motive. Okay, let's get something to say. Okay, looks like maybe if the broader crypto market starts to move, maybe you come back here and look at it. Otherwise, you just you're taking a flyer here because you're a believer in it long term. And I'm not saying that that's a bad idea. Great project. We can even just do a little due diligence here. Coin checkup's good as any of them. What's their forecast? Strong sell, number 92 out of all of crypto on their algo scoring here. Been down long. There just I just don't see any reason to. Why are you even looking here? Again, unless you just are fond of the project. Now, do they have a good purpose, and do they have, is there potential here for this long term? Sure. Well, of course, you got to do a little research yourself here. I'm not here to give you the fundamental story. Technically, I don't see why you're even looking here. Again, other than, it's awfully low here. So if it's going to survive, you could be a buyer here. Maybe you could talk yourself into something down here at the 786. You almost don't even need a stop on it. I mean, with zero so close by, you could just buy it and start laddering down on the assumption it's not going to zero. So, oh shit, sorry guys. God darn it, I forget to do that. So sorry. I'll edit that out. Okay, so ABC, maybe you make that case. I still, personally, I wouldn't touch it until I see something a little more like some sort of a motive wave. I'd take the first retrace. That's me. So for members, I know we have some STRAT enthusiasts. So I'm sure you're looking, is the timing right? Well, you could make this case for the ABC. You could make that case. You're certainly in a zone where you could start accumulating. Again, I wouldn't be overly aggressive here. But if the thought is you could ladder in, if it's going to continue to come down in this range here, well, we could think of it this way. And anything in this range down here, you could just start laddering on the assumption that if and when a crypto bull starts to roar again, that you'll be well positioned, as STRAT will go with it. All right, that's about all I can add there. It's like most of the alts. It's just carnage. It's just as ugly as it can be. But if you're determined to stay in crypto and you're looking for a project that's got potential, well, there you go. It's more of a fundamental buy than a technical one. All right, guys, that's all I can add there.